If our partner stands, omoplata is a great way to break their posture and bring them back to the mat while also entering them into a submission system. One of my favorite ways to set up the omoplata while my partner stands comes from De La Riva guard, and we can do this with a variety of different grips. So let's start with one of the more basic and then move into the little more advanced grip configurations. If I have the De La Riva hook, my De La Riva hook comes outside in, and I make an active hook against the inside of Eric's thigh. This leg is my control leg that stops his leg from running away from me. This leg is my attack leg, which is going to force him to come off balance. For this omoplata, the first one, I'm going to get a cross collar grip and a same side sleeve grip. So this is usually easy to get because my partner's going to come down and try to grip my collar. We'll discuss what happens if he does a strategy with his elbow and knee connection to enhance his base in just a second. But for now, he grips my collar, I grip the sleeve. I'm going to grip the cross collar. Now I said the De La Riva hook is my control leg, so if Eric tries to get away from me, I stay attached. This is the leg that off balances him. I'm going to take my collar grip and drag it in this direction while I use my foot to push his knee away from me. And watch what happens to his arm. See how his arm comes out? Ideally, too, I am going to make him base like that. Now I take out my De La Riva hook and put my knee behind his shoulder. If he has the sleeve grip, it's okay, it's still going to work. I'm shoving toward my pocket. Now, just bring my leg in front and stomp down. You see how that breaks Eric's posture and he's no longer able to stand. From here, we're back to our regular standard omoplata position finish where I cup the elbow, grab the pants, move my hips out, chop, and sit up to finish. Let's do that one more time. Really critical detail here. We want to extend his arm. The reason for that is twofold. First, we want to disrupt his base. And if his arm is out like this, his arm's exposed and his base is also off. Second, I need to get my hips as high as possible up into his armpit. So my partner comes down and grabs my collar. I'm going to get the same side sleeve grip and the cross collar grip. I'm going to pull with my collar in one direction while I'm pushing away with my outside foot right about his knee line, right? And again, ideally, you make him base like that. Now, if this comes out, my hips come up. If I have to step on his hip to do it, great. Turn my knee down, leg comes in front, my weight and me stomping enables me to come to the top. This is one of those where I usually will triangle my legs and then stomp down with it because we can't have the elbow escape of our hips line or else we're going to lose it and he's not going to come down to the mat with us. Show it from one more angle and then I'll show what we'll troubleshoot it a bit where if we're unable to disrupt his base. This is a really powerful way to disrupt our partner's base, but some guys are beasts, right? So we're not training to beat people who suck. We're training to beat beasts. Cross collar, same side sleeve. Active De La Riva hook, knee, foot on the knee. Push and drag. Hook comes out, step on the hip, hips come right up, right? And you already see when my hips come up, that flares his elbow. I can also shove. Knee comes down. Now, triangle the legs, stomp down. A lot of pressure on Eric's shoulder, forcing him to go to the knees. Then I would flatten it out in the same technique that we used before, moving my hips this way while I stiff arm his leg away from me. Here's the thing though, we're going to stay from this angle because I want you to see a disruption technique. So sometimes, either because our partner has great base or maybe we didn't get that kind of off balancing that we want, he's able to maintain this elbow to knee connection. And if I do that, I can't get my hips up in for the omoplata. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post off of my far foot on his hip, take my hook out, and get my knee right behind his elbow, sticking it right into his tricep. I'm going to pull with the collar while my knee disrupts his elbow. If I can disrupt his elbow to knee connection, I'm always going to be able to get in there in omoplata. What I'm aiming for is this part of my knee right behind his tricep, making a hole where his elbow and knee are connected. If I can disrupt that elbow to knee connection, I'm always going to be able to omoplata. So I'll show another way to disrupt that in the next technique, but mostly what I want to get across here is this. We disrupt his base by kicking his leg out and pulling his arm. If we can make his arm straighten, creating space for our hip to come up under his armpit, we got him. If we can't, then we have to use our knee behind his tricep to move that elbow out of the way and enable us to get our hips up for the omoplata.